It's Bank of China, Hong Kong race day at Sha Tin on Sunday with 3 Group 2s as we head towards HKIR, which is just 3 weeks away. A massive days of racing. Very warm welcome to Racing Twin. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined here in the studio by former analyst Paul Lally and race caller Brett Davis as well. And Brett, they're all here, all the stars are on show.
Yep, they are, Andrew. Yep, the top 20 active highest rated horses in Hong Kong, all on show there on Sunday for what will be a fabulous day. Of course, it's the final lead up towards the big day in December, International Day. Looking forward to seeing how it unfolds, to be honest. I think the Cup's quite an intriguing race, the most intriguing of the 3. Glorious Forever, Time Warp again, Werther's back, and a couple of other races, runners as well. Driving into that first corner is going to be very interesting. Absolute minefield, the Cup, Paul. But to go along with all of that, the jackpots, huge.
Yeah, it's like a money tree. You just got to shake the tree and the money will fall out. It's
hopefully into your pocket.
Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? 2.1 million for the triple trio, 300,000 for the first double trio, 600,000 for the third double trio, and the big one, the 6-up, 12-odd million to start with.
My glasses were fogging up just thinking about it.
It's great, isn't it?
That's huge. Other big news, well, Joe Moreira's back riding this weekend, and he's got 2 very good rides, but also announced that he'll be back for a 6-month term from the International Day, the 9th to the 6th of 9th of December to 6th of...
That's right.
Or 9th of June, the 6 months, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You can see him there, obviously a popular figure here in Hong Kong. Decided to leave at the end of last season. He's been in Japan, obviously, ridden 63 winners, I think, up until last week at 40% win strike rate. He's obviously taken Japan by storm. Hasn't been able to get a full licence there, has applied to the club here for a retained licence. John Size will be the trainer, and got it.
Yeah, he said one of the main reasons he wanted to come back was he missed you, Brett.
Did he? Did he now? Well, I can understand that, Paul. He's not on his own.
So, yeah, International Day with a start for him and go through to not quite the end of the season, so it's a 6-month licence to start
look,
with.
it's fabulous to see him back. He's a world-class jockey, and obviously he'll be great for racing in general here, but I have a feeling there'll be a few mixed emotions about the place, about his return. Some people will be extremely happy, others will be a little bit not so, but that's racing.
Absolutely, and he's got some good rides on Sunday as well, which we'll get to in a second or so. 10-race programme at Sha Tin with a couple of all-weather races as well. Imperial Concord involved in one of those. Won't be any more. Race number 3, number 12, Imperial Concord out.
Gerald Mosse is here as well on Sunday.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget about he's riding 50-50 in one of the big ones.
Yes.
So he's got a half a chance himself. Meeting number 21 of the season, 8 on the turf, on the B course, 2 all-weather races. They come up early, races 2 and 3. We start off with a Class 4 over the 1,200 metres, headed by Superstar, who was very impressive, winning on debut. Regency Darling last time, and he'd won his previous 2. Charizard was good last time on debut behind Complacency, finished 4th at big odds. Wei Feng Charmer makes his debut, sees the Spirit one over number, just hitting the track for the second time. Kaiying Brilliance down the field last time out behind Nordic Warrior, Happy Valley, down to Court Ruler, and then Super Eurostar. Barrier 12 for him, but he has rolled forward in the past. He's on the brink of a class drop as well.
That he is. Regency Darling, when he steps well, he can find the front race prominent and generally go on and perform well from that position. Super Eurostar's another one that likes to roll, and maybe that pair along with Brave Baby will set up 1, 2, 3 positions. You wonder what Superstar will do. He did come from well back first up. I presume they won't change the tactic.
Here's King Mortar. Now, he's been a versatile horse. He's gone all right on the all-weather, and he's coming to the turf here on Sunday. He's one on the inside. He's going better than Tawny, I thought, in this particular gallop. The visor will go back on him on race day. Charizard did catch the eye on his debut. He's only had the 1 run. He ran 4th. He's got barrier 14, so we saw on that speed map he's likely to go back as he did on debut and run home nicely enough. And he looks like he's come on from that debut run. And Alpha Hedge, look, he's been going out at big odds last few starts. He's come up at a pretty short price here. Second favourite, in fact, at 5.2 at the moment, but he did catch the eye in his last start and he's maintained his condition.
All right, and that's where we start in actual facts with Alpha Hedge and the winner of that race, Superstar. Now, Superstar was on debut, not unfancied, went round at 9.3, but Alpha Hedge was 77 to 1 here.
Yeah. Look, Superstar's going to go up £8 and he's going to go from gate 10 to 11. We are on the B course, so there'll be plenty of room to sweep wide. It was quite an impressive performance from Superstar. I just kept coming back to him. I don't think there's a lot of depth in this Class 4.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I thought it was a really good run from him, and He went well on debut. Now, the only thing is he's only a little horse. He's 1,020 odd pounds. He's dropped 3 pounds from that debut run. So he hasn't dropped too much, so I think it's still OK.
All right, giving weight away here. We'll find out if he's good enough to go back-to-back. We can have a look at Regency Darling. This is going back a couple of starts because was stone last behind Happy Tour last time out.
Yes, but there was an excuse. Barrier 12 from 1,200-metre start points, never easy. And on that occasion last start, it all did go horribly wrong for Matthew Chadwick, unfortunately. Covered ground and tired out of it. But prior to that, he'd won 2 on the trot, 1 at the end of last season and 1 first up, both for Matthew Chadwick. He's drawn 8 here. If he powers forward, he has shown that he's in reasonable form and could give a sight.
Yeah, that's a clue. It just depends how hard a run he had last start. That was what I was worried about, because it was a tough run for him.
All right, see if he can bounce back. Charizard's just had the 1 start so far, a very taking one as well, staying on from the back of the field. King Morton, as you can see there, has covered some ground here and eventually drops out to be last. Yeah,
he did. He sort of hooked out there, didn't he? And he hit the line very nicely. I thought it was a good run from him. I found a place for him in my numbers. This was over 1,200 metres. It's 1,200 metres again on Sunday. I'd like to see him up. I think he's going to be better over 14 and 16 eventually, the way he hit the line.
Yep, he's a young horse who's got an engine, though, reeling off a 22. 3 final 400 at his first start. I don't mind horses that can do that sort of stuff, show their capability. I'll throw him in the tips as well, but I think it might be hard for him to win.
And that was Honest Way on his outside, who came out and won again after that. So the form looks pretty strong. Superstar favourite to go back-to-back.
Yeah, and I've got him on top. As Brett said, I don't think there was too much depth in this race. And he has to carry the 133. That was a query for me. Alpha Hedge, he hit the line very strongly. He's definitely an improving horse. Brave Baby, I think, will get the best run in the race, and he's only had the 1 start. He's dropped 13 pounds, so we'll give him a chance coming in, and Charizard in there for 4th. 111, 4 and 5, but I will go exotics because just a little query over the weight he has to carry.
Yeah, I've got him on top as well, Superstar. He's obviously a nice young horse himself, reeling off at 22.47 last 400. But with the weight, I was a bit like Paul, a bit questionable, but kept coming back to him. Alpha Hedge, Charizard, Regency Darling, 111, 5 and 3. I've tipped the 1, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got rolled.
I've gone with Charizard, 5 and 1, the queue for me. I've got Kai Ying Brilliance in as well. There's a little bit of money for him early also. But there you go, that's the opening contest.